is our presentation on movies. I'm Jerome.
I'm Yuming.
I'm Nalu.
We wanted to do a project on movies because producing movies is a costly task. For our project, we did research on what traits of movies make them successful. We did this by analyzing traits separately and creating a machine learning model to help us analyze traits of a movie. These are our 4 research questions. Our research questions are based on countries' movie production, factors of movies, crew members of successful movies, and projecting gross movie revenue with a machine learning model.
For methodology, we analyzed by comparing ratings in different countries, identified correlations between features, analyzed how the number of crew members varied by movie and department, and predicted the gross income using many different features. In order to see what countries make the most successful movies, we compared the average and top IMDb ratings per country in our dataset. From our plots, we can see that the high top ratings do not necessarily correspond to high averages. For example, the US has the highest top rating but a lower average. If we look at the top 5 countries from both categories, we see that Brazil is the only country to appear in both lists, making it the country that is most consistently producing more successful movies. The factors that we used to measure the success of a movie were revenue, profit, and rating, and the factors we used to determine the success were budget, runtime, and year of release. We compared every factor against each other and used a linear regression model to predict the success factors, and also made a correlation matrix to summarize our results. From our visualizations, we found that budget has the greatest positive correlation with revenue and profit, and runtime has the greatest positive correlation with ratings.
For this question, we wanted to explore crew members of movies. The top results from these graphs include the art department having the most members with 189, other than normal crew members having about 337 members, and Jurassic World having a total of 435 crew members. Some interesting results was the 14 crew members in Star Wars Episode 1. This could be a sign that the dataset was incomplete. From looking at the crew member types, it would be reasonable to assume that the art and effects departments have the most important role since they have the most members. However, the director role is very important in the pacing of the movie, yet there are only 28 total members.
So we wanted to investigate the correlation between the depth of a decision tree regressor and the mean squared error when it comes to predicting the gross revenue of movies. We trained 300 different decision tree regressors, each one sampling 1,000 different random samples from the dataset. And then we plotted the depth against the error to see if there was any correlation. Our hypothesis was that the deeper the tree, the lower the errors, since the deeper tree can fit the data better. To our surprise, there was very little correlation. One of our reasons for this conclusion is that the deeper trees overfit the data, which makes it less accurate when predicting real-world data. In conclusion, we had several results that matched the predictions. The top 5 movies each country produced was within our expectations, and we found the most popular departments people worked with within each top grossing movie. Some interesting results is that Star Wars Episode 1 only had 14 crew members, and that there is no correlation between the depth of a tree and the error of the predictions. Some takeaways is that we learned many features that make movies successful. Big data sets can have a lot of faults, and that we should research them beforehand. In the future, we want to introduce other data sets and use smaller data sets since they're more concise and are not as faulty. We also want to train more models to predict other labels, such as discovering trends between different parts of a movie. That's all the stuff that we have learned in this project, and thank you very much.